Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everybody's having a great day today. I wanted to hop on here real quick and I wanted to talk about mindset and why I think it's so vitally important, especially in today's society, to have a strong mindset and to try and be more of an optimist. I don't think people realize when they are negative or when they add negative connotations to a situation, how much that actually affects the outcome of the situation. I really am a firm believer that your mind and your mindset kind of dictates and controls absolutely everything in your life. Now, of course, there are things that are going to be out of your control. There's always going to be things that are out of our control, right, guys? There's not a blanket or a one fits all for every situation. So I don't mean everything. There's obviously situations that are going to be out of your control. There's situations that have been out of my control in the past. So that's not what I mean. But I think it's important that we stay optimistic and that we believe in ourselves. How often, do we doubt ourselves or do we dwell on the judgment of others or worrying about, what is this person gonna think about this or that? Even when I put out my first motivational speaking video, I even thought to myself, who's gonna care to really sit and listen to what I have to say? And maybe nobody does. And you know what? That's okay with me because I think it's going to take a while for people to actually care. And also, my message is not going to be for everybody because not everybody's going to like this message. And the message just isn't for everybody. I don't think everybody can handle hearing truth about some situations. It's just not for everybody. Let's just sum it up like that. So guys, I think it's really important to have a strong mindset, and I'm going to dive kind of into something that is somewhat of a touchy subject for some people. I think it's very reasonable to believe that majority of people are going to become depressed at one point in their life. People are going to become depressed, or maybe not depressed, but just be down in general or have a hard time. People are going to go through hard situations. And I think life is actually I'm getting kind of deep here, but I think that in life, we're actually, this sounds negative, but it's not. It's not. It's going to be really hard for me to make it sound not, but I'm going to try my best. I think in life that we're really actually losing a lot of the times. I think that in life, we're actually getting handed situations, and how we can react to those situations, our reaction to them, or how we counter those situations is actually what makes or breaks us. So, if you get handed this really terrible situation, don't look at it like, why am I stuck in this situation? Why is this, poor, pitiful me? As soon as you go in that self-defense mode of, I don't deserve this, and you start feeling sorry for yourself, guys, it's over. It's over. Because I've been in those shoes. I've felt sorry for myself. And guess what, guys? It didn't get me anywhere. It just got me more in pity and depression and to wallow in my pity. And what does that get anybody? It gets you nothing. Let me tell you right now, it gets you absolutely nothing but just down more in the pit. So get off that. Get off that. Get up off your ass. Sometimes we wake up and we feel depressed and people are like, well, how do I deal with that? And I think I'll tell you what works for me, and it's not going to work for everybody. And I got this from David Goggins. David Goggins would always talk about, if you are depressed or you don't know where you want to go in life, you don't know what you want to do, then you have to get caught in the grip of life. You just have to go to work. Just go to work. Start working as hard as you possibly can on whatever it is. So for me, maybe I'll just go and take a run. I hate running too. That's why I do it. I go and take a run, and I'll just run until I just basically can't anymore. I'll set out whatever it is I'm going to do. And then when I come back, I usually feel better. And then I try to reflect on those thoughts again. I think it's extremely important when I'm talking about this mindset thing that we have to stay grateful for the things that we do have. Stay grateful for what we do have, guys, and be thankful for the things that you have. Be thankful. If you have family there, be thankful for your family and be there for them. If you have friends, be thankful for those friends. Be there for them. If you have good coworkers, be thankful for those coworkers. Be there for them. And this could go into so many different facets. We could expand this to everything. But I think it's just important that we're thankful and grateful for the things that we have. I think it's really important to trust our intuition and trust in God and know that He has our back and that He's going to help lead us in the right direction ultimately. There's nothing easier, guys, than getting down on yourself and wanting to push the blame off on other people. And that is only going to push you further and further and further away from your goals. Every time that you start to push the blame off on someone else, you're not taking responsibility for the situation. Even if the situation wasn't caused by you. Sometimes if you take responsibility for that situation, even if it wasn't your fault, guys, that's right. Even if the situation wasn't your fault, sometimes if you take responsibility for it, and I'm not saying take the blame, I'm just saying if you mentally take note of what's going on and you say, okay, I'm going to take responsibility for this, because what does that do? It causes you to find the resolution. How can I fix it? And that's what really matters, guys. At the end of the day is, how can I fix it? How can I get better? How can I move forward? And how can I not make that mistake again? So, yeah, I'm rambling. I know I'm rambling, but I really think that this stuff is important. I think a lot of the times we get so caught up in judgment, and we worry about the judgment of others and, what's this person going to think, or what are my friends going to think, or my parents or my coworkers or whoever it is that you're worried about the judgment of. Maybe it's the strangers. Maybe it's the people you don't know. Maybe it's Joe Blow 42 on Instagram who comments hateful shit on your Instagram posts. Guys, who gives a shit? Because when you're 90 years old laying on your deathbed, I promise you, Joe Blow 42, you're not going to give a shit about that comment. But you will care if you set out to, achieve your goals or whatnot at that point. When you're laying on your deathbed, you're going to care if you at least tried to do those things, right? I think so. I will. I know I will. So guys, it's really important that we are constantly developing a stronger mindset. I think it's something that there is no end game to it, guys. I don't think that one day it's just like you have this strong mindset and it's there. I know it's not, guys, because I've had it before and I've lost it because I wasn't disciplined. Self-discipline is everything. So let me say that again. And if you can't remember this, write it down. Self-discipline is everything, guys. You have to hold yourself accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable, then you're never going to achieve your goals. If you showed up to your job late for work every single day, what would your job do? They would fire you, right? Okay, so if you set out a goal of I want to do this in my personal life for me, and then you don't do it, right? Fire yourself because you're a shit employee. You're never going to do it. You're not going to be the CEO of yourself. You got to be the CEO of your own mind. Sometimes you have to fake it until you make it. And what I mean by that is if you have to tell yourself, I'm this strong, mentally strong person, yada, yada, but you're not, just try to be. Just try to be one day. And then the next day, try to be a little bit better. And then the next day, try to be a little bit better. And it's just constantly trying to be better. And we're always going to, life is full of ups and downs, guys. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, I don't think. We're always going to go through highs and we're always going to go through lows. And we're just trying to minimize the lows, or at least, if not minimize the lows, how can we bounce back from the lows? How can we take a situation and say, wow, this is a really negative situation. What can I do to turn this situation around and to make it into a good one? So it's important to think about things and face things like that, I think. It's really important, guys. So I think it's important to have a strong mindset, constantly be working on it. If you're listening to me say all this and you're like, okay, but Dan, I don't have this strong mindset. What am I supposed to do? Where do I start? If you don't know where to start, I would say write down your goals. I would write everything out. Write out everything that you want. And then you need to start thinking about, how am I going to get there? Step-by-step plan. You got to get caught in the grip of life, guys. You have to get caught in that, and you have to want to work. I think it's more about the process of getting there than it is actually achieving the goal. The process of actually getting there is what's exciting. That's actually what life is. But I don't think many people look at it like that. Yeah. So I'm just rambling at this point. But I really think this is so important. So if you want to develop a strong mindset, start by, I would say, try to do some kind of workout to start, because I really do think that physical fitness can help you at least start. There's something that you can do to be disciplined, because you can set a goal, you can set a routine, and you can start being disciplined in that. Don't try to go, full diet, full gym, try to do everything at once if you've never done it before, guys, because you're probably going to fail. You might not. I hope you don't. But you probably are if you've never done anything like that before. So take things one step at a time and just try to be a little bit better each day. You don't have to get 1,000% better in one day, because the reality is, if you get 1,000% better in one day, guess what, guys? You're going to fucking lose all that the very next day. It's going to be very hard to maintain. You're not going to have 1,000% gains every single day on your mentality, right? You're just not. So let's try to build a strong mentality. It's really important, guys. It's important. This is what's going to help get you through life. The only thing that you have at the end of the day, when nobody else is there to help you, when nobody can understand where you're coming from, who do you have to talk to? No one. You have your mind. You have your brain. I tweeted this earlier today, and I think I'll leave on this note, because I noticed I'm getting near 12 minutes. And I'll talk all day because I'm a talker. But I'll leave with this. And this is what I'm going to leave you on. And that's that your mind can be your most valuable asset, or it can be your worst enemy. So you got to choose wisely, guys. You got to choose which one you want it to be. Do you want it to help you? Do you want it to be your most valuable asset? Or do you want it to be your worst enemy? Because I promise you, it's only going to be one or the other. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed the message. Thanks for listening.